once someone starts meditation and starts seeing the benefits, फिर बहुत मुश्किल होता है कि आप उससे दूर रह पाओ. My journey started when I had anger management issues when I was 15-16, so my parents took me to this course called Art of Living. So वहाँ पे they taught us that meditation is something, and not me, my parents felt the changes in me. वो कुर्सियाँ वगैरह जो तोड़ते घर पे आके वो थोड़ा कम हो गया.
You know, in a material manner, we can have everything. Like someone can have good body, good physique, good family, good money, but still their mental health can be messed up. And you know, it is mostly governed by thought. तो ये thought control में थोड़ा help करता है अपने को, और thoughts की awareness बढ़ाता है mainly. ऐसा नहीं है कि thoughts आनी बंद हो जाएगी.
These spiritual practices help you to understand all these thoughts which are not yours, which are making you act in a certain way towards yourself and the others, and then you're able to compact your thoughts, confine yourself, and bring back the real you. That is something that this meditation thing also helps you to do.
If you are meditating every day, रोज सुबह उठ के किसी को करने का मन नहीं करता. It's been like 4 years for me. अभी भी I have to push myself to meditate. But if I am going out there and you know spending even 5 minutes, I'm telling myself that you know I care about my mental health. It also helps us channelize energies, especially when there's something negative which is happening in your life and you can't control it directly. Meditation would also help us channelize energies.
Suppose you read about a pill that you could take once a day to reduce anxiety and increase your contentment. Would you take it? Suppose further that the pill has a great variety of side effects, all of them good. Increase self-esteem, empathy, and trust. It even improves memory. Suppose finally that the pill is all natural and costs nothing. Now would you take it? The pill exists, and it is meditation. So these great lines I came across in a book called Happiness Hypothesis by Jonathan Haidt, and it is one of my favorite books. And on that note, स्वागत है आपका एक नए एपिसोड में of your favorite talk show, Being Men. And today we're going to talk about meditation with one and only Yashvardhan Swami.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Being Men, and new setup for us.
Yes.
And funny enough, जो हमने first trial run लिया था Being Men का, first time we met officially for this, it was this topic. Then we were like, we'll भूल जाते हैं topic को.
Yes.
And now we are recording it. And this topic is close to both of our hearts because we actively meditate since months and years.
Yes.
तो आपको meditate करते हुए कितना time हो गया?
I think I've been meditating almost since I was 22, so 2013, 14.
8 years.
Been meditating, yeah.
You are winning in this.
I have been meditating.
Yes.
It's been on and off, but yeah, it's been like वो साथ में रहा है. एक बार आपके साथ आ जाती है, and if you see the benefits, वो साथ में रहती है.
That is great. So guys, let's start with the boring stuff. That is Google definition of meditation. But we'll cover everything in detail because you know, apart from our own journeys, we have helped so many clients.
Yes.
And but before that, let's start with the boring stuff. Meditation is a practice that involves focusing and clearing your mind using a combination of mental and physical techniques. One very interesting part of this definition is it's not just mental techniques, it's mental and physical techniques, which we'll discuss. Again, this is Google definition, can be different for anyone, but we'll actually discuss the practical side of it, as we always do at Being Men. So Abhinav, let's start with understanding your journey. कब आपने पहली बार सोचा कि यार मेडिटेट करते हैं?
Right. देखो, it's been on and off. You know, once someone starts meditation and starts seeing the benefits, फिर बहुत मुश्किल होता है कि आप उससे दूर रह पाओ. But my journey started when I had anger management issues when I was 15-16, so my parents took me to this course called Art of Living. So वहाँ पे they taught us that meditation is something, and you know, I not me, my parents felt the changes in me. तो वो कुर्सियाँ वगैरह जो तोड़ते घर पे आके वो थोड़ा कम हो गया. So they started encouraging तू किया कर. But then वो कोर्स ख़त्म हो गया, उसके 1-2 महीने तक किया, उसके बाद छोड़ दिया. Then I started when I was 21 or 22, around 2013-14, when I was trying to build a new career. I just got out of college. And I was in a phase जहाँ पे थोड़ा struggling time था, तो वहाँ पे meditation helped me, and I came across meditation through few virtual mentors. Like there was this guy called Elliot Hulse, and Osho was someone my father used to follow from a long time since my childhood. तो वो उनका थोड़ा मुझ पे प्रभाव रहता था. So then I started doing it. And then I discontinued around 2018-19. I discontinued it. उस time थोड़ा success सिर पे चढ़ गई थी, तो I forgot my जो roots होते हैं. And then जब वो अकल आई तो then I again started in 2021 when stress and I think ये कोरोना के बाद I think almost everyone started doing meditation. I was one of them. So this has been my journey with that.
Yes, and COVID के बाद I've seen a lot of people whose mental health actually got messed up. Maybe because of the lockdown, maybe because of health getting messed up, or maybe because of staying in stress for so long.
Yes.
Right, वो 2 साल ऐसे थे कि यार पूरे टाइम लग रहा था कि कल कुछ हो जाएगा. Especially the second wave was like horrifying for
डर
all
बहुत
of
था
us.
उस टाइम तो सबके दिमाग में, तो वो ये सभी जो नेगेटिव और स्ट्रेस और ये सब कुछ बहुत कॉमन था. And how has your journey been?
Okay, so talking about my journey, I always had anger issues हमेशा, and I'm that kind of person कि मुझे कोई कुछ भी advice दे, even my parents, that जब तक I am not 100% sure I want to do it, I don't do it. Right. So my mom was always meditating and stuff like that. But this is 2019, peak of career. There were a couple of times when I lost sleep because of business. वो पहली बार हुआ था. I started a challenge which is called 360 challenge. काफ़ी सही था, but उसमें था कि it was the first time, because online business किया था, तो it was the first time कि day 1 से एक certain amount invested थी. Although investment amount wasn't an issue, but I was under pressure. जब वो स्टार्ट हुआ तो मैंने कहा कि यार स्लीप बेटर करनी है. मेरी स्लीप थोड़ी ये था कि नींदों में भी बिजनेस चल रहा है, विच आई रियलाइज्ड वाज़न्ट गुड. सो वो किया. नाउ ड्यूरिंग द कैंपेन क्या हुआ कि कैंपेन की स्टार्टिंग में मैंने एक्सपेक्ट किया था कि यार इतने लोग आने चाहिए.
राइट.
जितने लोग मैंने एक्सपेक्ट किए थे कि 8-9 डेज में आएंगे, वो सारे लोग एक दिन में आ गए.
वाओ.
सो नेक्स्ट डे क्या हुआ कि आई वाज लाइक मोर.
राइट.
उसके अगले दिन था वो भी गोल हिट हो गया. उसके अगले दिन आई वाज लाइक मोर.
राइट.
दैट्स व्हेन I lost sleep because of business for 3 times. And उस टाइम पे मैंने मेडिटेशन पहली बार ट्राई करी कि माई गोल वॉज नथिंग, इट वॉज जस्ट कि यार स्लीप बेटर हो जाए.
राइट.
सो रात को सोने, बिजी शेड्यूल था उस टाइम पे, तो रात को सोने से पहले 5 मिनट्स मेडिटेशन स्टार्ट करी. एंड थोड़ा टाइम और करी, उसके बाद मैंने बंद कर दिया एक्चुअली. उसके बाद आई मेट अ फ्रेंड हु इज यंगर देन मी, एंड ही वॉज लाइक डूड मेडिटेशन ट्राई करो.
राइट.
दैट्स व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड अगेन, एंड उसके बाद नेवर स्टॉप्ड. राइट. दिस इज वन थिंग विच हैज चेंज माई लाइफ अकॉर्डिंग टू मी. एंड साइंस वगैरह भी जो अभी हम डिस्कस करेंगे इन अ बिट, वो भी मैंने बहुत लेटर डिस्कवर किया. माई मेन पॉइंट ऑफ स्टार्टिंग मेडिटेशन वॉज नंबर 1 स्लीप. सेकेंड वॉज सिंपल दैट इफ एवरी स्मार्ट पर्सन इज सेइंग समथिंग, you should do it.
Yes.
So that was my logic. So let's get into the benefits of meditation.
Right.
Let's start with science.
Yes.
So meditation, मेरे को actually I started meditating in 2019. 2022 में मैंने एक दिन बैठ के सोचा कि यार साइंस तो पढ़े, because I explain this to a lot of clients and my thought process is कि साइंस के साथ कोई चीज़, साइंस और लॉजिक दोनों चीज़ों के साथ एक्सप्लेन करो तो that changes the game.
Right.
So I understood that there's something called metacognition which improves.
Right.
Metacognition and meta mood. In simple terms, it is called awareness.
Right.
Awareness of your own thoughts.
Right.
And your own moods.
Right.
Mood. अब आप सोचोगे कि यार क्यों मैटर करती है चीज़?
Right.
बिकॉज एवरी डे वी हैव ओवर 60,000 थॉट्स इन अ डे.
वाओ.
अब 60,000 थॉट्स है तो उनकी क्वालिटी भी मैटर करती है. क्वालिटी ऑफ थॉट्स डिक्टेट क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ. राइट. सो अगर इफ वी गेन द कैपेबिलिटी की अगर कोई थॉट्स हैं और फालतू की थॉट्स दिमाग में आ रही हैं, तो इफ वी हैव दैट फीडबैक लूप की पता है कि यार इट इज जस्ट अ थॉट, इट्स नॉट रियलिटी, देन वी कैन कंट्रोल अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, अगर आपको खुद के मूड के बारे में पता है कि यार आज मेरा मूड ऐसा, सो यू कैन इम्प्रूव योर एक्शंस अबाउट एवरीथिंग. एंड एज वी हैव डिस्कस्ड पहले भी कि अवेयरनेस इज एवरीथिंग. अवेयरनेस इंप्रूव कर रही है, हमारी सेल्फ अवेयरनेस इंप्रूव कर रही है.
राइट.
एंड दैट इज वेयर आई थिंक साइंस लाइज.
Right. Very beautifully explained. And awareness is something that this is one term that I've come across in last I think 3 or 4 years, and I think this term is actually taking over the word meditation itself. You said that 60,000 thoughts
on
happen,
average,
and then
कोई गिनने मत बैठ जाना.
And then there are people whom we call as overthinkers.
Yes.
I consider myself as
Yes.
one. I think I might be adding another zero behind that 60,000 for myself.
6 lakhs से तो कम ही होगा, bro.
So I can relate to that. But one of the most wonderful things you just mentioned is like quality of your thoughts dictates the quality of your life. And आजकल की डेट में जहाँ पे mental health के ऊपर कितना फोकस दिया जाता है हर चीज़ में, like it's not just physical health. If you have a good body or a good physique, it is not necessary that you will make it, but if you actually have good mental health, you can conquer any challenge in your life. And I really feel कि ये जो term है quality of your thoughts, like the mental health, like good mental health, yeah, mental health is equivalent to the quality of your thoughts. Like if your quality of thoughts are shitty, consider your mental health to be shitty, and then of course it will show and it will manifest itself in the same way in your life. Right.
तो ये thought control में थोड़ा help करता है अपने को.
Right.
और थॉट्स की अवेयरनेस बढ़ाता है मेनली. ऐसा नहीं है कि थॉट्स आनी बंद हो जाएगी. एक और भी चीज़ बताता हूँ. वी एज ह्यूमंस आर वायर्ड टू थिंक ऑफ वर्स्ट के सिनारियो फॉर एवरीथिंग. बहुत बार होता है थॉट्स आती हैं कि यार किसी फैमिली मेंबर को कुछ ना हो जाए. दीज आर रैंडम थॉट्स. नथिंग नो बिग डील इज हैपनिंग, बट स्टिल ऐसी थॉट्स आती हैं. सो लर्निंग वेदर टू एंटरटेन दीज थॉट्स और नॉट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ऑल्सो एक और चीज़ बताऊंगा. आर ब्रेन डज नॉट नो द डिफरेंस बिटवीन physical stress and mental stress.
Right.
So if thoughts are not controlled, that can give our brain signaling of stress, and over time too much of stress can mess up your health and lot of things. Right.
Beautiful.
Also अगर आपका mood खराब है, आपसे you won't be able to work properly, workout करने का मन नहीं करेगा, and so on. एक और चीज़ mention कर देता हूँ साइंस वाले पार्ट में कि बहुत सारी meditation forms होते हैं जहाँ पे there's breathing, right? If you are controlling your breathing, that's improving your awareness. And different forms of breathing can help with stress. Example, अगर एक्सेल डीप है, अगर आप एक्सेल डीपली कर रहे हो, मोस्ट मेडिटेशंस में ये होता है कि इनहेल थोड़ा सा शॉर्ट होता है और एक्सेलिंग इज लिटिल डीप. सो दैट कैन डायरेक्टली एक्टिवेट आवर पैरासिम्पैथेटिक नर्वस सिस्टम मोड. दैट इज बेसिकली रेस्ट एंड डाइजेस्ट मोड, जो बेसिकली चिल मोड होता है आपकी बॉडी के लिए. एंड yes, that is the science.
Perfect. Like yes, I think we were just discussing with the trial run that we did, this term parasympathetic nervous system is something that I think everyone should be aware about. Why? Because there's sympathetic nervous system and it has nothing to do with sympathy. It's like there's no sympathy over there. It's like fight or flight response, usually which we are in today's world, like gadgets and career stress, relationship stress. So जब stress ज़्यादा feel होता है हमारी body में, तो that is when our sympathetic nervous system activates, and वहाँ पे आपके cortisol या जो stress hormones होते हैं वो high होते हैं, and chronically if it stays over, लोगों के सोते हुए भी आजकल like think they are in a fight or flight response with so many responsibilities and stresses. So it is important to balance it, and we call it in like spiritual language, because we are talking about meditation, we call it yin and yang. So yang activities are more that stimulate your sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight response, exercise, workouts, weight trainings. And yin, I think if we have to talk about yin activities, and the number one activity which activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is good for your mental health as well as your physical health, definitely comes to be meditation.
Definitely, wonderfully explained. And जैसे आपने spirituality की बात start करी है, I would also like to mention, apart from the science, it also helped me with the spiritual journey. Right? I wasn't a spiritual person. I've always believed in karma. My family believes in God and everything else. But I was never a spiritual person. But once I started meditating, over time I became very spiritual. And personally for me, it's like I believe a lot in vibes. मैंने actually थोड़े टाइम पहले Instagram पे पोल डाला कि do you believe in vibes? And actually 91% people actually said yes, we believe in vibes. तो मुझे personally लगता है कि यार कुछ भी कर रहे हो, there are negative vibes and people are sending negative vibes intentionally or unintentionally. But stuff like meditation actually kind of bulletproofs everything. Again, इसकी कोई scientific thing नहीं है, ये मेरे mind में है, but whenever I'm not feeling good, मुझे लगता है यार कोई vibes अच्छी नहीं है, I simply go and meditate. And that always works for me. Maybe because of just belief system, maybe just placebo hai, but that works well for me.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, science has not discovered everything that exists on this planet or in this human body. There are a lot of other things that exist that have not been able to be come into existence in terms of science. But yeah, vibrations, frequencies, secret, like law of secret, whatever they want to believe, you actually can feel them. This is something that intuition is something that I've come across in last few years. Gut feelings, all these terms, they sound hocus pocus, but actually when you start meditating and moving towards that, because at the end of the day आप कोई भी चीज़ को अट्रैक्ट करना चाहते हो, पहले उसकी इंटेंशन आती है. तो अगर आप में सही में इंटेंशन है वो वाइब्रेशंस फील करने की, या वो इंट्यूशन या गट फीलिंग्स फील करने की, आई थिंक मेडिटेशन इज़ दैट वन वेपन दैट कैन हेल्प यू स्टार्ट getting in touch with those words or those feelings and stuff, and it helps you to navigate life in a simpler manner, and it is directly related to your success in the world. Because again, let's say you are looking for new friends, or you're looking for a new relationship, or you're dating someone. If you do not have that kind of antenna that can actually detect those negative vibrations, you might stay in that relationship or in that friendship for a long period of time, just seeing the rational or the practical approach. But अगर आपको vibrations और ये frequencies समझ में आती है, then on the first day itself you can say, okay, I'm going to maintain this distance from this person to a while, and I can save a lot of time and energy for myself.
Definitely. And again, this boils down to the word awareness.
Yes.
वो ये कि relationship में a lot of people lose awareness.
Yes.
Friendships में people lose awareness of what kind of person they are associating themselves with,
Right.
or what kind of person they themselves are becoming.
Right.
This is very important, because everyone knows that if you want to improve in life, you have to improve yourself.
Yes.
Right? Become the person.
Yes.
If you want to get to any goal, become the person.
Yes.
You want to get to maybe whatever income, become the person who is making that income. And all that starts with awareness.
Right.
For us, lot of times, for every human, we are kind of, we live this world of self-deception.
Right.
दूसरों को डिसेप्ट करने से पहले हम खुद को ही डिसीव कर रहे हैं. राइट. हमें खुद के बारे में ही सच नहीं पता.
राइट.
सो वो अवेयरनेस ऑलवेज स्टार्ट्स विद सेल्फ, एंड अवेयरनेस आई थिंक इज अ गेम चेंजर.
ब्यूटीफुल. एंड आई थिंक वी आर ऑल एक्टर्स, एंड दैट इज व्हाई वी समहाउ फॉरगेट कि वो एक्टिंग करते करते कई बार हम उस रोल को इतना सीरियस ले लेते हैं कि वो डिसेप्शन ज़्यादा बढ़ जाती है.
यस, आई थिंक देयर इज अ कोट कि एवरीवन हैज 3 faces, one which they show to the world, second which they show to the loved ones, third which they show to themselves. I think there's a fourth one also,
right,
which is the real version.
Yes.
But we ourselves don't know. But I think awareness helps us uncover that.
Probably, I think आज की डेट में वो 3 के आगे भी मैं एक 0 लगाना चाहूँगा सबके लिए.
Yes. आपके experiences थोड़े harsh रहे हैं.
No, it's like there are so many faces. Like you are always whenever you're out there in the world, you're not with the closed ones. You're always acting. So for me, if I have to put this down, it's like you are changing that act according to the person who is in front of you. Like those faces keep on changing, and sometimes we actually forget कि हम कौन है, वो जो fourth face आप बोल रहे हो. And these spiritual practices help you to understand all these thoughts which are not yours, which are making you act in a certain way towards yourself and the others, and then you're able to compact your thoughts, confine yourself, and bring back the real you. That is something that this meditation thing also helps you to do.
This is awesome. So science की बात होगी, beliefs की बात होगी. अभिनव, any other benefit you have experienced from meditation जो generally लोग बात नहीं करते, या मतलब basically अभी हमने भी discuss नहीं किया?
See, the best thing that we did, or the best thing that happened to us when we talk about meditation was कि हमने कोई science पढ़े बिना इस चीज़ को experience किया, and we always had a purpose behind it. For example, like my parents enrolled me in this art of living. There was a purpose behind doing this meditation, anger management, right? So I saw improvement in that. Similarly, you said that you had issues with sleep, and you had a purpose behind that meditation, and you were able to fix it.
Yes.
So for someone, it can be stress. You want to fix it. Start meditation and have a purpose behind it. So benefits both. Like I've written, you will have more focus. You will see things as they are and not as your mind is perceiving them to be. It helps to declutter your mind. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system. And one of those examples is whenever you are very stressed, try meditating. Just a conventional meditation act.
Yes.
And there will be a lot of yawning that will happen.
Yes.
And that is something that that is when you will realize your body is going in a very relaxation mode. If I am stressed, if I start meditating, I think I will yawn for good like 100 times before I feel that my body is completely relaxed. And then we are finding solutions to problems rationally. This is something that has happened so many times with me, and I was discussing the same thing with my mom. So my mom recently became district education officer in Patiala, and her responsibilities, the amount of stress she's handling, it's a lot now. Any problem that you're facing and you're not able to find a solution to it, sit down, meditate, put that intention behind it that, okay, I want to find a solution to this problem. And in that relaxed state of mind, somehow some thought will arise, which will actually give you a very rational, a practical approach towards the problem that you were facing, and it's been days, months and years you've not been able to find a solution, but वो आ जाती है, right? But again, as I said, these are all जो भी हमने लिखी हैं, but at the end of the day, meditation करने बैठ रहे हो, just like every act that you're doing in life, have a purpose behind it, and you will find the benefit, right? Before even you start going into science and stuff, just sit down, have a purpose, and you will find the real solution.
Yes, अभी मेरे को पर्सनली क्या लगता है कि जो मेडिटेशन के पीछे साइंस है, इट्स वेरी बोरिंग.
Yes.
कि मतलब ये साइंस सुन के भी कोई ऐसे वो नहीं बोलेगा कि यार मैं कल से मेडिटेशन स्टार्ट कर देता हूँ. इट्स जस्ट दैट, यू नो, सिंस वी हैव ऑलरेडी एक्सपीरियंस दैट फॉर मंथ्स एंड ईयर्स, we talk about the same thing with with a lot of conviction,
right?
Because awareness, I'm pretty sure everyone has heard the word awareness.
Yes.
So let's get into specifics कि भाई men को कैसे हेल्प करेगी meditation.
Right.
पहली चीज तो है, देखो, masculinity, a man is nothing without discipline.
Right.
There's no question around that.
Right.
And if you are meditating every day, रोज सुबह उठ के, किसी को करने का मन नहीं करता. It's been like 4 years for me. Abhi bhi I have to push myself to meditate. Right. But if I'm going out there and, you know, spending even 5 minutes, not even like 15-20 minutes,
right,
I'm telling myself that, you know, I care about my mental health. Right. Second thing which is indirectly happening is I'm building discipline. I'm building a routine. Right. Routine pe we have covered in detail, specifically morning routine and stuff like that, at Being Men. So guys, watch other episodes. So discipline is number one for men according to me.
Yes.
Next is focus, which you mentioned. Yes. Next is that, you know, this is for, you know, this applies to all humans. By the way, guys, whatever we talk about applies to everybody, right, even women. It also helps us channelize energies.
Right.
Especially when there's something negative which is happening in your life and you can't control it directly.
Right.
Meditation would also help us channelize energies. Having a wider vision, like you mentioned, कि कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम होती है अगर इंटेंशन के साथ करा जाए तो, you know, it gets solved. Although जो लोग मेडिटेट नहीं कर रहे हैं उनको ये बात थोड़ी bullshit लगेगी सुनने में.
Yes.
But, you know, this is from experience, and, you know, this is something which I did not mention in my notes, but it has happened multiple times with me that, you know, I am stuck up. मुझे मतलब ऐसी सिचुएशंस है कि भाई निकल ही नहीं पा रहा हूँ. एंड आई एम जस्ट लाइक कि यार चलो कोई ना, रिलैक्स होने के लिए मेडिटेट कर लेता हूँ. बट विद इन 15-20 मिनट्स ही वो चीज़ सॉर्ट होगी. नॉट ऑलवेज. अभी मेटाफिजिकल सी बात लगी, लोग बोलेंगे क्या हवा में बात कर रहे हो, बट दिस इज जस्ट फ्रॉम माई एक्सपीरियंस. दैट्स व्हाई आई डिड नॉट मेंशन इट इन माई नोट्स. बट ऑब्वियसली इट्स नॉट लाइक हमेशा ये होगा, but once in a while hoga ki, because you are just decluttering your brain. Yes. Because understand, your brain is very powerful. Yes. But if you clog your brain with bullshit thoughts, yes, and stress, yes, then it does not function properly.
Very true.
Because body का stress है तो आपकी body की priority क्या है? Stress से बाहर आना.
Right.
And think about early man को क्या stress होता था? खाना नहीं मिल रहा या animal मुझे मारने आ रहा है. Right now in modern world, there are 100 types of stressors. Lighting अच्छी लग रही है कि नहीं, आज मेरी performance on the podcast अच्छी है कि नहीं, and so on, hundreds of things.
Yes.
Right? And everyone goes through all of these thoughts.
Yes.
Right? Today we are recording after a while.
Yes.
Back of the mind हल्की सी ये भी thought आ रही थी start करने से पहले कि यार would the flow be good or not?
Yes.
Right? These are things which are fine because these are a part. Because your brain's job is to get you ready for the worst case scenario. Right. So keep that in mind and channelize your energy the right way. And as we have already discussed, focus or management of anger. It's a game changer for me. My mom के words है कि भाई you have changed completely. You have become a better human. Because for me, one of the biggest issues was unmanaged anger. अब क्या हो गया कि अब अवेयरनेस बढ़ गई है थॉट्स की और मूड की. अब गुस्सा खुद भी आ रहा होता है, ऐसा नहीं गुस्सा आना बंद हो गया. आ रहा होता तो मुझे पता कि यार ओके, अब मैंने ज़्यादा किसी से बात नहीं करनी है, अभी किसी से कोई सीरियस टॉक्स नहीं. चाहे जाके मैं कई बार अकेले भी बैठ जाता हूँ और मे बी आई जस्ट गो टू द जिम. सो ऐसा नहीं है कि एंगर गायब हो गया है, एग्रेशन है नहीं, बिल्कुल भी 100% है. बट अब मुझे ये पता कि मैं किसी को कुछ कहने से पहले या आउटबर्स्ट होने से पहले मुझे पता है कि यार लॉन्ग टर्म इट वोंट बी गुड. राइट. इट्स जस्ट माई करंट स्टेट ऑफ माइंड, करंट मूड. इट ऑल कम्स फ्रॉम व्हाट? The boring word awareness. So that's what.
Yes, definitely. And you beautifully put it about discipline, routine, and you know, at the end of the day, if I have to talk about as to why it is important for men, of course it is important both for men and women. But for men, okay, let's start with a very real practical example. So blood pressure issues are increasing in men. Like they are exponentially increasing every single month. You see the researchers and the papers and stuff. People are dying of heart attacks and stuff. Not trying to be negative, but I've had clients who've been facing BP issues, migraine issues since so long, and this burst of anger over their loved ones, spoiling their relationships. And I asked them just to start meditating 15 minutes a day, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon, 5 minutes before you go to sleep, or the next time whenever you feel this burst of anger, sit down, right? And without explaining any signs to them, miraculously, within a month, everyone is improved. Their BPs come down. There is migraine is improved. Of course, we are also fixing their lifestyle through food, through exercise and stuff. But they always mention this whenever they have been in any kind of an emotional state, because most of them are entrepreneurs having very hectic jobs, sitting in front of the screens throughout the day, stress levels completely high, blue light completely high. So whenever they're in the emotional state, that is the point when the stress and all these emotional, these challenges or emotions, they take over. And they always mention कि जब भी हमें कोई emotional state में होता था and I was about to burst on someone, I was about to take an irrational decision, or I felt that this repetitive reaction or behavior can spoil any of my professional or personal relationships, we started meditating, focusing on breathing. Immediately, all that irrational thoughts, they were getting replaced by rational stuff. Right? So it helps you to get out of that emotional state. I always say, कभी भी लाइफ के कोई डिसीजंस लेने हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी में मत लो और बहुत ज़्यादा दुख में, गुस्से में मत लो. कभी भी इमोशनल स्टेट में कोई डिसीजन लो. Always come into something which we call as equanimous mind. Equanimity is like a very stable place where you're not that very happy. Even something good has happened, you're not very sad or angry even when something bad has happened. So this meditation helps men to get into that equanimous state, equanimity, and it helps them to take more rational and practical decisions, which is very important because today men are not just competing with men. Men are also competing with women. Women are out there and women are coming strong.
Yes.
Right? Nothing against them.
Yes.
We love you and we would like you to be in the game and we would like to be there with you. But if let's say 10 men were competing with, if one person was competing with 10 men before, now there are 10 women also alongside. So now it's rather than 10, there are 20 people who we are competing with. So
Yes.
it just makes sense how to, manage your emotions better, both in professional and personal life.
राइट. एक सीधा सा सिंपल सा एग्जांपल देता हूँ कि यू कैन बी द बेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड,
राइट,
बट अगर आपको इमोशनल कंट्रोल नहीं है, तमीज़ नहीं है,
राइट,
गुस्से में किसी को कुछ भी कह देते हो, बीट योर रिलेशनशिप्स, बीट योर कलीग्स, बीट योर बॉस, they won't like it.
Yes.
Right. Also emotional control, also like you mentioned कि emotional होके कुछ नहीं करना. Emotional control also teaches us how to think long term.
Right.
Right. Because emotional होके आप कुछ भी बात कर रहे हो, whether good or bad, that's just short term thinking. Right. So in a way meditation brings the gap between the stimulants, the trigger,
yes,
and the response.
Right.
Right. तो बीच में अगर वो space आ जाती है when you can think, when you can be aware of your thoughts and your mood,
right,
you can conquer the world.
right.
Also जो competition की बात है, see competition doesn't matter but the world is moving fast.
Yeah.
Right. Lot of people have to literally work very hard to earn their bread. Right. There are hundreds and thousands of skilled people. Right. So how do you distinguish yourselves? Yes, grow more skills, get better at whatever you're doing. Plus emotional control can change the game, and meditation is a direct way to improve that.
Yeah, emotional intelligence is the number one way you can conquer any professional or personal challenge in your life. Like that is the one thing, and I think meditation is the number one tool or the weapon that can help you to become emotionally intelligent, managing your emotions.
Definitely, and there's this book called Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman.
Yes.
Very good book. Although according to Jordan Peterson, since we are Jordan Peterson fans, according to him, emotional intelligence does not exist.
Yes.
But there's another definition for that. But in the end, the term might not be scientific, but it makes a lot of sense. And yeah.
At the end of the day, these are just words and symbols.
Yeah.
Right. Words are just symbols. Emotional intelligence, someone understands or has read the definition, just it acts like a symbol. Okay, आज मुझे गुस्सा आ रहा है. No, let's be emotionally intelligent. Okay, how can I be emotionally intelligent? I can start meditating.
Yeah.
Just a symbol of things. So it doesn't matter if someone agrees or does not agree. If you believe in the symbol, it will work for you. If you don't, it won't work for you.
टॉकिंग अबाउट सिंबल्स, जैसे मेडिटेशन इज ऑल्सो अ वर्ड एंड अ सिंबल.
Yes.
जब हमने ट्रायल रन किया था आपने मेरे को अवेयर कराया डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ मेडिटेशन से.
Yes.
सो प्लीज अभिनव उस पर थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन करो और थोड़ा बताओ, बिकॉज बिफोर आवर ट्रायल रन माई माइंड वॉज दैट you have to just lie down and focus,
Right.
or sit and focus depending upon whatever kind of meditation you're doing. तो अवेयर करो हमें कि why meditation is just a symbol and word and
Right.
what are the different forms.
Sure. Even my introduction with meditation was वही conventional method कि you fold your legs and बिल्कुल आप उसमें साधना वाले आंसर में आके you are just breathing, focusing on your breathing. कोई भी thought आ रहा है बस अपने breath पे focus रखो, and I did that for a long time. But over a period of time, as I said, that I was influenced by Osho as well, and Osho has been someone who has preached meditation throughout his span of bhagwanhood. I was very curious because even the Western so-called modern sages, like as I said, Elliot Hulse, they started talking about catharsis and bioenergetics. So according to them, this conventional form of meditation is good, but it is not completely effective in healing an individual. The reason being is there are a lot of different kinds of emotions, both good and bad, that we experience. Emotions like sadness, anger, trust. अब हमें क्या सिखाया जाता है आज की दुनिया में कि emotions को दबा लो, don't be emotional. And a lot of people who do not understand the meaning of that, because it is not emotions को दबा लो, learn how to channelize those emotions, because it is energy. Those emotions are energy, and energy can never be created or destroyed, right? And whenever you're not able to channelize that energy gets trapped in your body and it harms different organs. For example, अगर किसी को ट्रस्ट इश्यूज़ है तो उसके लिवर में हमेशा कोई दिक्कत निकलती है. अगर किसी को हार्ट प्रॉब्लम्स चल रही हैं या किसी को एंगर इश्यूज़ हैं तो उसके हार्ट और पैनक्रियाज में प्रॉब्लम चलती है. एंड देन दे स्टार्टेड, even through science, they started witnessing these things, that people, those who got involved in this catharsis or dynamic meditation, they were able to release that energy because they channelized by shaking their bodies really hard, and that is what catharsis is about, and that is what dynamic meditation is about. And in this dynamic meditation, the whole purpose behind it is कि जो भी आपने emotions pent up किए हुए हैं वो सारे आप release करते हो उसके through. So even Osho used to do this before he asked his followers to go into that conventional state of meditation of breathing and stuff. There was a complete process of dynamic meditation that used to happen before, as to सबसे पहले they used to dance, like dance really hard, like just random dance moves, कोई curated नहीं, random dance moves.
मैंने एक्चुअली हर स्पिरिचुअलिटी में नोटिस किया, जैसे सदगुरु को फॉलो करता हूँ घर में, तो उधर भी हो रहा होता है. जैसे आई थिंक इस्कॉन वगैरह में भी ये होता है, ऑल्सो आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग वगैरह में भी ये डांसिंग इज लाइक a part of
so it's a form of catharsis. It's a form of catharsis that you're releasing and letting those energies go, and you're not penting them inside you. And कोई आम बंदा या कोई नई पहली बार कोई देखे उसको लगा exorcism हो रहा है. A lot of there are a lot of babajis that have come in today's world, तो वो उनके जब भी टीवी पे दिखा रहे थे कि देखो मैंने इसका भूत भगा रहा हूँ, ये exorcism हो रहा है. Basically they are doing catharsis, and they have taught their followers to act in a certain way or do that particular thing. आपको देख के लगेगा कि पता कोई भूत है, कोई माता आ गई है उसके अंदर.
नहीं, पर आपको ये प्री प्लान्ड होता है या बट वो ऑटोमेटिक होता है?
आई डोंट नो, वो अगर मैं कुछ भी बोलूँगा तो पता नहीं उधर से पत्थर आने शुरू हो जाए. बट आई फील दैट इज जस्ट अ पार्ट ऑफ कैथारसिस. ओके, व्हाट दे आर डूइंग, दिस इज डायनामिक मेडिटेशन. सो आई गॉट इंट्रीग्ड बाय दैट बिकॉज आई वाज इनटू अ फील्ड, लाइक आई वाज इनटू मॉडलिंग, एंड आई स्टार्टेड फीलिंग कि जितना मैं पेंट आउट घर पे कर सकता था, जितना वेंट करता था घर पे, कि कभी गुस्सा आया तो गुस्से में बोल दिया, किसी के दोस्त को गाली नहीं गाली. But when I was in that professional field, I had to always keep on acting. So there are a lot of emotions that were, I was trapping inside. So मैंने कहा चल मैं try करता हूँ, because as I said, I was being influenced by these Western influencers and these virtual mentors. So then I started doing catharsis, and within a week I started feeling as if I'm able to do the conventional meditation much better. The thoughts, the rate of thoughts, and the way that I'm able to execute the whole thing, and the solutions to problems that I was able to get, my health, my sleep, it became better if I did the dynamic meditation or that catharsis or that vigorous shaking of the body before the conventional meditation. So for let's say I would wake up and for 10 minutes I would just shake myself random. Of course अकेला कमरे में बंद करके करना पड़ता था because I was living with IT people. वो डर जाते
Will get judged.
Yeah. So I used to I tried doing that on my rooftop, but वो neighbors वगैरह ने complain कर दी कि आपके बेटे को कुछ गड़बड़ है कि आप check करवा लो. So but me being me, I don't really care. But I did care about the reputation of my parents. So I started doing the same thing with my this door closed, and I started following certain drills that Osho introduced, and it actually helped.
Can we share the links in the?
Yeah, definitely. It's a proper as like the जैसे ईशा क्रिया and पूरी क्रियाज है ना, तो इसका पूरा like I think 1 घंटे का पूरा setup होता है जैसे आप follow कर सकते हो. And there is a video that I used to follow, and if someone wants to try it, it will feel stupid and foolish, but do it for fun and see if you find any benefit. I won't say do the whole of it because वो पूरा 1 घंटे का है. So just even if you want to start, just shake yourself for 5 minutes. Yes. So that was something I came across, and I have never recommended that to any of my clients. This is something I just say from my personal experience because I don't know how the clients will execute it. क्या उनको आएगा. I have to be there just to see if I'm not qualified.
Right.
But I did feel the difference in that. So that is one meditation that I feel is a type of meditation which is different from the conventional and can give you benefit if you add it. You cannot just do this shaking part and get all the benefits, combine it with the conventional one. Also, people who, athletes, sports persons, because they play a lot of sports. A lot of us, we are not playing sports. That sports is also a form of meditation because in that you let go or channelize those energies. You're playing cricket, you're shouting at the top of your voice, bowling कर रहे हो, कुछ भी कर रहे हो, body is still shaking. किसी को लगेगा तूने क्या छोड़ दी. It is a kind of you're venting out everything. So that's why we as coaches always say play a sport. Whether it's an individual sport, better would be a team sport because there you get to vent out a lot, right? So this dynamic meditation I would suggest to someone who is conservative, who is introvert, does not have many friends or does not get a chance to have that kind of a social interaction where they get to vent out. And there are a lot of people living in abroad and stuff, those don't get the chance to do that. So they can try this.
Yes, so last time जब हमने डायनामिक कॉन्सेप्ट करा था, आपने स्टार्ट इससे किया था, आपने मेरे को ये स्पेसिफिकली कहा था कि यार meditation can happen literally any time.
Yes.
Wherever you can put your mind with focus.
Yes.
And last time आपने example दिया था shower का actually.
Yes.
Shower का. Then we discussed कि यार showering, lot of people like spending 15-20 minutes there and they feel much better.
Yes.
Lot of people say, I've seen so many people say this, that I get my best ideas in shower.
Yes.
Because they are not focusing on that idea at that time. And same goes to everything. So guys, one thing which we need to understand is meditation can happen anytime. Right. But my personal opinion is that try to experience it while sitting. Yes. Because once you experience it, then maybe you can replicate it in whatever you do.
Definitely.
Because it's like it's more like being in the present moment. Right. Meditation आपको सबसे ज़्यादा सिखा क्या रहा है कि being in the present moment and how that is a game changer is.
Right.
By the way, according to me, this is base of all spirituality. Right. अगर आपको कोई breathing भी सिखा रहा है, वो आपको they are teaching you to be in the present moment.
Yes.
And the most beautiful part about present moment is that you are in the moment.
Yes.
You're not worrying about your past or you're not anxious about your future.
Very true.
So that's why being aware, again, awareness gets linked with staying in the present moment.
Right.
And again, किसी भी एक्टिविटी में अगर आप सीख रहे हो to be in the present moment, for some people it might just be art. That is meditation. Right. And this concept came from the one and only Abhinav. Last time we discussed this.
I discussed the same thing with Ranveer Allahabadia, Beer Biceps, on one of the podcasts that we did. And at that time I was learning guitar. So there was a girl that I was dating in Canada. So she liked guitar. So I learned for her. So us time I gave this example. I remember meditation, if I really have to give one definition, it is being in the present moment. That means every action that you're doing, for example, if I'm talking to you right now, if I'm writing right now, if I'm playing a guitar, if I'm playing a sport, if I'm walking, I am into that activity 100%.
Yes.
This is the simplest thing about meditation. And this conventional form of meditation that we do, it is kind of a practice. whatever you will experience into this, you just have to take this into the real activities of life.
Yes.
And that is the whole goal.
Yes.
Like once, of course, I don't know if there is a point in someone's life where a person can become so, used to meditation, or it can become such a huge part of their life कि एक उनका action सही में meditation बन जाए. I don't know, because I have not reached that point. But the goal should be that most of the stuff that you're doing during the day, you are completely involved into it. And that is why I think there was a term called flow, yes. Right? That flow, that it should just flow. Of course, there are certain things about getting in a flow state, but the main goal for meditation should be that you're able to become in the present moment with each and every activity that you're doing.
And get into that state of flow. And guys, you can achieve state of flow even while working.
Yes.
Right? There's this another concept of deep work.
Yes.
Although थोड़ा सा out of line चले जाता है ये, but it is also kind of similar, because deep work is essentially you are just there in the moment.
Right.
You're not thinking about the results you'll be getting from the work.
Yes.
You're not thinking about your pending tasks. You're in it. You are in flow.
Yes.
And you can find flow in anything and everything.
Right.
So, meditation also kind of teaches you how to get in that flow.
Right.
And why I recommend conventional meditation to everybody is because you understand what it means. Then you can, plug and play it in any area of your life.
Yes. And it's easy, and you can do it anywhere, and it is not very complicated. Like every person from every age group, whether you're a man or a woman, you're at airport, you're in the office, you are at your bed. You can do it anywhere. Like that is why I think this is the easiest way to start. And okay, do you have anything to add on to this? I would like to know your types of meditation as well. But one meditation that I started doing 3 years back after Corona was Tratka meditation. So in this meditation, and this is great for focus. This has helped me to improve my focus and the quality of sleep. So in Tratka meditation, आप एक डार्क रूम में होते हो. जस्ट मेक श्योर कि कोई भी लाइट जो है आपके सामने से ना आ रही हो, पीछे से आ सकती है. इट शुड बी डार्क एज पॉसिबल द रूम. दैट्स व्हाई दे रिकमेंडेड डूइंग इट एट नाइट. And you light up a candle, and the flame of the candle should be at your eye level. And you start this meditation by just focusing at the center or the tip of that flame. Initially it will be difficult to keep on staring at it, but with enough of practice, what will happen, you will reach a point जहाँ से आपकी आंखों में से थोड़ा आंसू वगैरह आने शुरू हो जाते हैं. And that point you have to try to not to blink, but I always say do it at your own pace. If you feel you have to blink, do it.
Yes.
And this is something that if you want to go and try something different from the conventional meditation in an easier version, you can start doing this. It's something like Tratka meditation. It has been even, I don't know about the scientific proofs of it, but it does help. Like
a lot of people do that.
A lot of people do that. Yes, a lot of people do that. Especially people those who have eyesight problems. उनके लिए बहुत अच्छा.
इसको actually parents ने बचपन में कराया हुआ.
Yes. So this is very effective for them. So from my side, I think I'm done with the types part.
Right. So talking about types of meditation at my end, although conventionally kariye for the most part, but I'll share what I recommend to most of my clients. So when I started meditating, वो जब रात को सोने से पहले कर रहा था, I was meditating in my bed. ये भी नहीं बैठ के कर रहा हूँ. I was using this meditation which is called बॉडी स्कैन मेडिटेशन. 6 मिनट्स की मेडिटेशन थी. कुछ नहीं होता, वो आपको गाइड करते हैं बेसिकली कि थिंक अबाउट योर मे बी आर्म्स, थिंक अबाउट योर लेग्स, फुल बॉडी कवर कराते हैं एंड वेरी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड. आई स्टार्टेड विद दैट. उसके बाद एक ऐप है हेड स्पेस जो डाउनलोड करी. बेसिकली उस पर कोर्स होता है 3 to 5 मिनट्स एवरी डे. वो भी मैं रात को करके करता था. आफ्टर दैट आई मूव टू Sadhguru's Isha Kriya. Until then I have been hooked on to that. That's my favorite form of meditation. अब काफ़ी लोग अब सुन के ये क्या करेंगे, सीधा ईशा क्रिया डाउनलोड करेंगे. बिगिनर्स को मैं रिकमेंड नहीं करूँगा बिकॉज इट्स अ लिटिल लॉन्ग. अराउंड 18 मिनट्स की मेडिटेशन है. स्टार्ट विद बॉडी स्कैन और स्टार्ट विद समथिंग वेरी बेसिक बिकॉज इन द एंड अपन ने कंसिस्टेंसी बिल्ड करनी है. राइट. एंड या ऑल्सो Abhinav, I would request you to add all the links. Trakta meditation, catharsis, and body scan, and whatever Isha Kriya. We'll add the links in the description.
We'll do it.
And now let's work on getting people started with meditation. But before that, let's start reasons why most people fail in meditation.
Right. Okay, so see, it's not about fail. I think it's more about consistency. Firstly, people are actually
Failed
not
means
consistent.
not being able to do it.
Yeah, they are like, people are not, because I've not seen anyone who has been consistent with this practice, let's say at least for a week, and they have not got results, right? So they're not consistent. They expect miracle overnight. एक बार, दो बार, तीन बार ट्राई किया, किसी ने बोल दिया कि मेडिटेशन ट्राई कर, rather than taking it as a fun activity like you would spend time with a family member or a loved one or a friend. Just take this activity in a fun form and you will see the results. But people, they usually give up very soon. They are like, यार मैं तो घबरा गया, मेरे तो इतने थॉट्स आने लग गए, मेरे को कंट्रोल नहीं हो पाए. एंड भाई वही तो चीज़ है जिसको तूने समझना है. दिस इज एग्जैक्टली योर चैलेंज, दैट योर माइंड, यू नो, जैसे बॉडी के लिए स्ट्रेचिंग होती है कि बॉडी रिलैक्स हो सके, मसाजेज होती है, दिस इज अ मसाज फॉर योर माइंड. अगर इफ़ यू आर नॉट एबल टू कंट्रोल योर माइंड, इफ़ यू आर नॉट एबल टू कंट्रोल योर इमोशंस, तुम्हें सबसे ज़्यादा मेडिटेशन की ज़रूरत है. सो दिस इज़ वन थिंग. कंसिस्टेंसी इज़ समथिंग मोस्ट ऑफ दीज पीपल लैक, हु से कि मेडिटेशन मेरे लिए काम नहीं करती, भाई मैं नहीं कर सकता मेडिटेशन. सेकेंडली, बोर हो जाते हैं, कुछ टाइम यूज़ करेंगे, बेनिफिट होगा, उसके बाद भूल जाएंगे, राइट? एंड फिर वो साइकिल आएगा कि फिर से वो जिस पर्पस की वजह से शुरू किया था, लेट से एंगर मैनेजमेंट की वजह से शुरू किया था, हफ्ता दो, लेट से महीना किया, फ़र्क आ गया, भूल जाएंगे, उसके बाद फिर से 2 महीने बाद फिर से एंगर मैनेजमेंट इश्यूज उठेंगे, फिर से किसी के गाली गुली निकालेंगे, फिर वापस आएंगे. So that is another thing. And another thing is not having a purpose or a goal behind it, as I said. Just like any activity you're doing in life, have a purpose and a goal and see how it actually benefits you in whatever area that you want to improve. So I think these are few reasons that I wrote down here as to why people fail in meditation.
Apart from this, one place where I also goofed up was overcomplicating it for no reason.
Yes.
So let's work around overcomplication and let's get to the exact framework on how do we start and continue meditation without fail.
Yes.
Starting meditation, though, I'm pretty sure if you're watching this today, आपने start तो कभी करी होगी, but the key is in continuing without stopping it in between or without giving it a long break. So number one thing is start slow.
Yes.
That means you don't need to meditate for 30 minutes, 1 hour. बहुत बार मैं लोगों को कहता हूँ कि यार I recommend that you know meditation start करो, and they get back to me, yes I meditated for 1 hour. I tell them don't do it. राइट, बिकॉज अगर आप वो कर रहे हो कि डे 1 से आप सोच रहे हो 1 आवर करना है, लॉन्ग टर्म करना है करो, बट डे 1 से कर रहे हो दैट मीन्स यू आर बीइंग एक्सट्रीम.
बेबी स्टेप्स.
आप सोच रहे हो कि भाई हैक हो जाए, डे 1 में सारी प्रॉब्लम सॉर्ट हो जाए, सारे बेनिफिट्स आ जाए. इट्स लाइक यू नो व्हाट यू डू डेली, नॉट व्हाट यू डू वन डे, राइट? सो नंबर 1 स्टार्ट स्लो. दैट मीन्स स्टार्ट विद जस्ट 2 minutes. 2 minutes भी आप कंसिस्टेंटली कर लो, दैट्स फाइन, राइट? दैट्स नंबर 1. सेकेंड इज फाइंड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन सस्टेनेबिलिटी and optimality.
Very
we run after optimality.
Yes.
कि okay, आज इन्होंने बेस्ट फॉर्म ऑफ मेडिटेशन बता दी, वो ही करनी है. 1 घंटा बता दिया कैथारसिस, 1 घंटा तो 1 घंटा ही करना है. Not at all. Start, just ask yourself what is sustainable for me. If you do not see yourself doing the same thing after 3 months, 6 months, 6 years, don't do it. Don't even start with that. Start with the minimum effective dose, because something is always better than nothing.
True.
एक और कोट बताता हूँ, 70% डन इज बेटर देन 100% नॉट डन. अगर आप एक्सट्रीम चीज़ें करोगे तो 100% नॉट डन पे आ जाओगे. सो यू नो टाइमिंग 2 मिनट से स्टार्ट करो एंड इंक्रीज स्लोली. दिस इज व्हाट आई वुड रिकमेंड. स्टार्ट विद 2 to 3 minutes एंड every 2 weeks just increase it by 2 to 3 minutes. Right? And stop whenever you are like, because for me after reaching at 18 minutes I am like कि यार मेरे लिए sustainability खत्म हो जाएगी. 4 years I am at the same number. But it's consistent. Right? Next is don't expect yourself to be thought free. I mean, I've already covered that. हमें लगता है कि यार डे 1 से आज स्टार्ट करें, आज से हम प्रो बन जाएंगे. थॉट्स. It's been 4 years for me regularly doing meditation, and I still have thoughts. But over time क्या होता है, you learn how to entertain these thoughts. इसका एक analogy और एक example दे देता हूँ कि आपने thoughts को ऐसे समझना है. Imagine you are yourself lying on a garden facing the sky. The clouds are moving. Can you stop the clouds? कोशिश कर लो, नहीं कर पाओगे. राइट? सेम गोज फॉर योर थॉट्स. सो जो भी थॉट आ रही है ना उसको एंटरटेन करो, ना उसको रिजेक्ट करो, ना मन में आप ये सोचो कि भाई निकल जा थॉट बाहर. बहुत बार क्या होगा, थोड़ी रैंडम थॉट्स आएंगी. राइट? एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ, वाई यू कांट कंट्रोल इट. गाइज, दिस इज एन एक्सपेरिमेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू, इंक्लूडिंग अभिनव. Abhinav, do not think about a yellow teddy bear.
I just thought about a yellow tree.
That is how our human brain works. अगर आप meditate करते हुए आपको कोई thought आ रही है and you are trying to shoo that away,
Right.
वो ज़्यादा आएगी.
Right.
That is your human brain works. So keep that in mind. So कोई भी thought आ रही है, just let it be, because it is just thought. It is not reality. And over time क्या होगा कि you start entertaining these thoughts in daily life. कोई random thought आ रही है, worst case scenario बता रहा है आपका brain आपकी partner के बारे में, आपके colleague के बारे में कि यार ये मुझे scam ना कर दे, business partner मेरा scam ना कर दे. Again, but it is just a thought, right? Over time जब आप ये meditate कर करके सीख रहे हो कि यार thoughts are just thoughts, let them be like the clouds on the sky, let them move. That can change the game.
Beautiful. I can just imagine one of our viewers watching this right now writing a comment, Sadguru light. Beautifully explained. I loved the whole thing. And yes, as you said, thoughts are automatic. A lot of things are involved, or there are a lot of factors that dictate what kind of thoughts come, the kind of people you spend time with, the kind of sleep that you've had, the kind of food that you've had. तो आप stop नहीं कर सकते. And most of these thoughts are like problems or questions जिससे overwhelm हो जाते हैं. And as you said, through meditation, you learn how to handle and answer back to these questions, because if you learn how to answer back properly or optimally to these thoughts or the problems that are occurring in your mind which are overwhelming you, शांत हो जाते हैं ये. And over a period of time, I think we talked about neuroplasticity as well. Over a period of time, जब आप इसको ज़्यादा continue करते हैं ना, like in the morning most people are आज मैं फिर उठ गया यार, आज मुझे ये भी करना होगा, आज मेरा बॉस ये करेगा वो करेगा. If you start replacing these thoughts with, okay, I'm gratitude that we talk about every now and then, okay, I'm grateful for this life, okay, it doesn't matter how hocus pocus this sounds, how fishy this sounds. If you start talking to yourself in this manner, when your mind says, okay यार आज मैं फिर उठ गया, no, I'm alive. It's kitne log, like how many people got the chance to actually wake up today. There were so many that who could not make it today. And I have home, I can eat food. बाकी के सारा फालतू है जो तेरे मेरे दिमाग में चल रहा है. If you start talking to yourself in that manner, वो thoughts जो है ना शांत हो जाएंगे. Thoughts कभी जाते नहीं है. And then they will be replaced by better thoughts.
Yes.
Thoughts चलते रहेंगे.
बेटर थॉट से ज़्यादा आपने वर्ड यूज़ किया साइंटिफिक न्यूरोप्लास्टिसिटी, मुझे एक और वर्ड याद आ गया जिसको कहते हैं गायरिफिकेशन. गाइस, मेडिटेशन, दिस इज अ साइंटिफिक फैक्ट. साइंस में वो ऐड करना भूल गया था. गायरिफिकेशन है जो आपका थॉट प्रोसेस और आइडिया जनरेशन आपके माइंड की बेटर कर देती है. बेसिकली आपकी ब्रेन की लेयर पे वर्क करता है. सो मेडिटेशन इज प्रूवन टू इम्प्रूव गायरिफिकेशन. दैट मीन्स आपके आइडियाज and problem solving would be much better. Yes. And it also improves neuroplasticity. It also improves sleep, which improves all of these things together. Beautiful. And back to starting meditation, few more tips here. Number one is, do not look at this as a temporary thing. Right. अगर आज आप सोच रहे हो कि यार आज मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड से लड़ाई होगी, मैं आज मेडिटेट कर लेता हूँ, लड़ाई सॉर्ट करने के बाद you get sorted, तो that's not the right way to go on with it, because real benefits, you'll be able to get these real benefits after a while. And you'll see, anyone who has been meditating for long, most people would essentially say that this has changed my life. But to feel that effects, and these effects can't be explained in a very interesting manner also. Yes. Because ये effects mostly जो आज आपको मैंने साइंस समझाई है, इफेक्ट समझाई है, आप बोलोगे पता है, बोरिंग है, राइट? बट वंस यू एक्सपीरियंस देम इन योर लाइफ, दैट कैन चेंज द गेम.
एंड गर्लफ्रेंड को भी साथ में बिठा के मेडिटेशन करवाइए.
यस. लोगों को ये ना लगने लग जाए कि रिलेशनशिप अकेला ही लड़ाई बहुत होती है,
अकेला इंप्रूव करना चाह रहा है, दूसरे को नहीं करवा रहा.
लेवलिंग अप.
परफेक्ट.
राइट. नेक्स्ट इज डोंट एक्सपेक्ट मैजिक. ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड कि एनीथिंग वर्थ हैविंग डज नॉट कम ओवरनाइट. सो आज रात को आप मेडिटेट कर रहे हो, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि रिजल्ट्स कल ही आ जाएंगे. मैजिक वुड हैपन, बट इट वुड टेक अ वाइल. I think you would start experiencing it in 2 weeks. Something in 2 weeks, magic in maybe a few months.
I think 1 month is a sweet spot. Like if someone is consistent with this practice for 1 month, they should be feeling the difference.
Yes. And guys, meditation is kind of a cherry on the cake.
Yes.
You can bulletproof in everything: health, wealth, relationships, and your spirituality. And if you add meditation over that, that would help with. So meditation is like a cherry on the cake because it would help with your health, mental health, wealth because your thought process, learning, everything, emotional control improves. Relationships because you become more empathetic in nature. You would become more resilient when it comes to your own actions, anger and everything else. Your communication would improve. right? Because of all of these, because of awareness, and spirituality would improve. Spirituality में हमारा पूरा episode है. And एक और tip. So if you are starting today, consistency over perfection.
Yes.
Right? You don't need to do it every day. एक आधी बार मिस भी हो जाता है, that's totally fine.
Yes.
बहुत बार लोग क्या करते हैं, they have a bout of maybe 10 days किया, 11th day मिस होते ही वो छोड़ ही देते हैं.
Right.
Follow something called the 2-day rule.
Right.
2-day rule is simple. Whenever you start a new activity, make sure you do not miss 2 days of it.
Right.
एक बार मिस करना अलाउड है.
Right.
2 consecutive days ना होने दो,
Right.
कुछ भी हो जाए.
Right.
And you'll change the game. And I follow this. I also have days when I'm not able to meditate.
Right.
But oh yeah, next day I get back on track.
Right.
So consistency over perfection, and you'll change the game.
Perfect. Brilliant. Okay, so I also have some guidelines as to how to start, and so that you can continue and not fail. सबसे पहले start looking at meditation as a fun activity. Okay, as Yash just gave so many beautiful symbols about being compassionate, kind, empathetic, focus, better sleep. जब इतनी अच्छी चीज़ें हैं उसमें तो टॉफ़ी खा क्यों नहीं लेते meditation की? It's so simple, right? It's like when you have fun with something, whether it's a relationship, whether it's anything, you're playing a sport, it's your work, you're always able to get good results out of it. Start looking like at meditation just like that. Easiest way is, again, of course, start slow. 5 minutes immediately when you wake up in the morning, because if you pick up your phone या किसी और चीज़ में आप busy हो गए, भूल जाओगे आप. Make a routine as soon as you wake up. Sit down on the bed, on the couch, on a mat, whatever is comfortable. Fold your legs. They always say fold your legs and sit straight, because when your spine is straight, somehow meditation works better. Chakras. Like I didn't want to include that word because of the whole, like I have no proof of that. Right. So that's why when you have a straight spine, तभी बोलते थे कि सीधी spine के साथ पढ़ो, आपका focus ज़्यादा better होता है, concentration ज़्यादा better होती है, you are able to focus on your thoughts and yourself more. So just have a straight spine. Does not matter you're sitting on a chair, legs are fold, वज्रासन में बैठे हो, किसी में भी बैठ जाओ. And 5 minutes before bed. Simple. Start with this. Do it for a month. This is the simplest way to start. तो रात का करना चाहते हो तो रात का कर लो, but I feel that is a little more advanced for someone who is starting. Simple is just focus on your breath. Any thought that comes to your mind which overwhelms you, relationship का, professional का, personal का, कुछ भी है, just come back to your breath. 5 minutes, not a big deal, right? Start like that, 1 month. Stay consistent. उसके बाद आप बढ़ा सकते हैं. And then once you're done with 1 month, increase it to 10 minutes.
Right.
Do this 10 minutes routine for 1 month again. And then after that, just include another session, a third session in the middle of the day, because that is the point when our stress levels are at the highest, like around the midday. So introduce 10 minutes of that. 30 minutes हो गए आपके बिल्कुल, like easily. And 30 minutes of meditation, if you do this in parts, I can promise you, 1 महीने तक आप routine follow कर लो, you will not go away from it for the rest of your life. Yes. Even if you do, you will always know how to inculcate it or include it back into your routine to get the benefits. So these are the only pointers that I have as to if anyone is confused कि मुझसे होती नहीं है, कैसे करूँ, कब करूँ, क्यों करूँ. Just start like this and एक महीना follow करना, and please come down and comment करके बताइए आपको कैसा feel हुआ.
Yes, and again, try a variety of meditations. Yes. जो भी है 3, 4, 5 है, आराम से ट्राई करो. फाइंड द वन विच वर्क्स फॉर यू.
लिंक्स दे देंगे नीचे.
ऐसा नहीं है कि अभिनव वाली बेस्ट है या मेरे वाली बेस्ट है, कोई नहीं है.
यस.
इन द एंड व्हाट वर्क्स फॉर यू, व्हाट इज एंजॉयबल फॉर यू, व्हाट इज सस्टेनेबल फॉर यू, एंड व्हाट यू बिलीव इन. राइट. बहुत बार होता है जैसे स्पिरिचुअल मेडिटेशन भी करनी है, करो. दैट्स टोटली फाइन. एंड दैट्स इट. That is it. All.
Perfect, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope कि आपको कुछ सीखने को मिला होगा. And make sure कि आप सभी links को check out कीजिए comment section में. And we are going to see you soon in the next episode of your favorite show, Being Men. Till next time, keep going, keep growing, stronger.
See you.